In our lesson today, we're going to be translating verbal expressions and writing them as algebraic expressions. Okay, our goal is to find what the key words are in each statement, so that's going to help us realize what kind of the math we're going to have to use in our expression. Okay, so our first example says twice the number increased by 15. I want to take these words and translate that into an algebraic expression. The key words in this sentence are a number, twice, and increased by. Okay, let's start with a number. When they say a number, they haven't told us which specific number they're talking about. So when they say a number, I'm going to be using a variable to represent that number. You could use any variable you want unless they specify which variable to use. But for these examples, I'm going to stick with the variable n. Okay. Our second keyword was twice. When you see the words twice, that means that we are going to multiply. We're specifically going to multiply by 2 when we see the word twice. And finally, when they say increased by means to add. Okay, so let's see if we can put all this together to come up with an algebraic expression. Twice a number, so I'm going to have to multiply a variable by 2. So I'm going to start by writing 2n. 2n means 2 times n. Then I'm going to increase by or add 15 plus 15. Twice a number increased by 15 algebraically would look like 2n plus 15. In example number 2, it says 9 less than the product of 5 and a number. Again, our goal is to identify the key words in the verbal expression in order to make the algebraic expression. Okay, our key words in this example are less than. Okay, and when we see the words less than, that represents subtraction. All right, product. The word product we know represents multiplication. Multiplication. And again, a number, that's going to be the variable. Again, because they haven't told us the specific value, so we're going to be using a variable to represent that number. So let's go through this, okay? 9 less than the product of 5 and a number. Now, let's talk about less than, the word less than. We know it's subtraction, okay? But when I see the words less than, I need to switch the order of my algebra, okay? If we think about it this way, if I asked you what number is 5 less than 20, what number is 5 less than 20? You would have to do 20 minus 5 to come up with the answer of 15. So even though the words were 5 less than 20, the math that you did was 20 minus 5. You had to switch the order. So since I see less than here, right, I'm not going to start with 9 minus. I'm actually going to start with the product of 5 and a number. So let's start with that. Product, again, means to multiply 5 and some number, which is going to be our variable. So I'm going to start by doing 5 times n, which is 5n. All right, and then in order to be 9 less than that product, I'm going to have to subtract by 9. So the algebraic expression is 5n minus 9. In example 3, take 5 from the product of 4 and a number. So let's identify our key words, all right? When they say take from, once again, that's going to be subtraction, okay? Then I have product. Product, once again, means to multiply. And, of course, a number. A number, again, is our variable. Okay, so to take 5 from the product of 4 and a number, again, when they say take from, I once again have to switch my order. If I take 6 from 15, I have to do 15 minus 6. So again, take from, I'm going to switch my order. So let's start with the product of 4 and a number. Product is to multiply 4 by some number n. And then I'm going to take 5 from that, so I'm going to subtract by 5. So the expression becomes 4n minus 5. In example number 4, 12 subtracted from twice a number. Subtract from. Subtracted from. Again, we know that's going to be subtraction. I don't need to put that in parentheses. Twice, which again means to multiply by 2. And a number is going to be the variable. Okay, so 12 is going to be subtracted from twice a number. So again, subtracted from, I have to switch my order. All right, so I have to do twice a number, 2 times some number n, and then to subtract 12 from that, or 12 subtracted from that, minus 12. The expression is going to say 2n minus 12. Example 5, 3 times the sum of a number and 8. All right, 3 times the sum, times the sum, times the sum. All right, I'm going to have to multiply an addition problem. Okay, which means I'm going to have to take my addition problem and put it in parentheses so that I can multiply the entire sum by the value. And again, all right, sum we know is addition. A number is our variable. So we're going to do 3 times the entire sum. All right, sum again means to add a number and 8. So I need to do n plus 8. N plus 8 is my entire sum. I need to multiply that whole thing, which is why I need parentheses, and I'm going to multiply it by the 3. Example number 6, 5 decreased by twice a number. Decreased by is going to be subtraction. Okay, twice, which we've mentioned before, means to multiply by 2. And a number is the variable. A number is our variable. We don't know what number we're talking about. So 5 is going to be decreased by, so subtracted by, twice a number, 2 times some number, 5 minus 2n. All right, in example 7, the quotient of 3 in a number decreased by 2. Quotient we know means to divide. Okay. Quotient of 3 in a number is our variable. And again, decreased by, that means to subtract, which we just did in our previous example. Okay, so let's start with the quotient of 3 in a number. Now, when we do division in algebra, our division is going to look like a fraction. So I'm going to make a fraction. Notice the order of 3 and a number. 3 was mentioned first, so that's my numerator, divided by some number n, and then I'm going to decrease it by 2. 3 divided by n minus 2. Okay, finally in question number 7, 7 less than the product of 6 and a number. Less than, remember, that is to subtract, and we're going to switch the order. Product is your multiplication, and a number is your variable. So again, to be 7 less than the product, I have to start with the product and then subtract off the 7. So let's do the product of 6 and the number. That's going to be 6 times n. 7 less than that minus 7. In examples 9, 10, and 11, we are going to come up with a verbal expression for each algebraic expression. Okay, so in example 9, I have 24f plus 25. 24f is a multiplication, and I see an addition here. So I can write a sentence that would say something like 24 times a number, 24 times a number, increased by 25. Okay, I could say the product of 24 and a number plus 25. Okay, there's lots of different ways that we can come up with these. All right, number 10, I have 1/2 x minus 4. All right, 1/2 x. I could say half of a number, decreased by 4. Half of a number decreased by 4, again, decreased by represents subtraction. I could have said 4 less than 1/2 of a number. Okay, another way of saying that. Question number 8, or number 11 rather, I have 8 plus 3 divided by n. So I can say 8 increased by the quotient, again, because it's division, the quotient of 3 and a number. Okay, since the 3 is in the numerator, I have to list that first in my quotient, the quotient of 3 and a number. In example 12, we're told that you have $25 saved, and you're going to save $4 more per week. Question A says, write an expression for your total savings after 8 weeks. So after 8 weeks, we would want an expression in order to help us figure out how much money that we have. Now, it says that we have $25 saved, so I'm going to be starting with $25. And then I'm going to save $4 more per week, which I'm going to have to add to that amount. So let's start with 25 plus. And now $4 more per week, all right, we're going to be saving for 8 weeks. So I'm going to have to simply multiply 4 by 8, 4 times 8. This expression would allow me to figure out how much money I had after 4 weeks. My $25 that I started with plus $4 more times the 8 weeks. B says write an expression for your total savings after 12 weeks. Well, again, we're starting with the $25. We're saving $4 more per week, but this time it's for 12 weeks. So it's going to be the same expression that we had for question A, except instead of for 8 weeks, it's going to be for 12 weeks. So $25 plus $4 more times the 12 weeks. Letter C says write an expression for your total savings after n weeks, after any number of weeks. So again, we're starting with our $25, and then we're adding to that 4 times our number of weeks, which in this case is unknown, so we're just going to use the variable n, 25 plus 4 times n. In example 13, we're told that Marissa wants to buy a DVD player that costs $150. She already saved $25 and plans to save an additional $10 each week. A says to write an expression that can be used to represent the total amount of money Marissa has saved after any number of weeks. Any number of weeks. Okay, so we're going to be using a variable to represent our number of weeks. Okay, so let's see how much money she has saved. So it says that the DVD player is $150. That's not the money she saved, so we're going to ignore that for now. She has already saved $25, so we're going to start with $25. And she's going to save an additional $10 each week. So we're going to have to add to that $10 times n, which is our number of weeks that we are saving. So our expression says 25 plus 10n. B wants to know, will Marissa have enough money to buy that $150 DVD player in 11 weeks? So we're going to take our expression, which again said 25 plus 10 times n, and we want to know after 11 weeks, does she have enough money? So we're going to replace n with 11, 25 plus 10 times 11. Order of operations, I'm going to multiply first. All right, 25 plus 10 times 11 is 110. 25 plus 110 is 135. So she would have $135 after 11 weeks. The DVD player is $150. So we can say, no, Marissa does not have enough money. Marissa does not have enough money after 11 weeks. In example 14, we're told that the website charges 80 cents to download a game and $12.50 for a membership fee. Write an expression that gives the total cost in dollars to download G games, and then find the cost of downloading 6 games. Okay, so they've told us that it's 80 cents to download each game, and there's a $12.50 membership fee. Now, you can't download any games until you join their club, so let's start with the $12.50. You have to pay that right up front. Okay, after you pay that, then you're going to pay 80 cents for each game that you download. So I'm going to have to add to that 80 cents times G, which is our number of games. So our expression is $12.50 plus 80 cents times G. Now we want to find the cost of downloading 6 games. So we're going to use this expression and we're going to replace G, our number of games, with 6. $12.50 plus 80 cents times 6. Order of operations will multiply first. So I'm going to have $12.50 plus, if you do 80 cents times 6, that's going to give you $4.80. And now when we add those two together, 1250 plus 480 is going to be 1730. So we can say to join and download 6 games, you will pay $17.30. In example 15, we're told that 3 friends went to the movies. Each purchased a medium-sized popcorn for P dollars and a small soft drink for S dollars. A says to write an expression that represents the total amount of money in dollars that the 3 friends spent at the concession stand. Okay, so you can think about this in a couple of different ways. All right, you've got your 3 friends, and each person's going to get a popcorn and a soda, which means that there's a total of 3 popcorns, so I can do 3 times P, and there's going to be 3 sodas, so I can do 3 times S, and I can simply add those two together to figure out what the total cost is going to be, 3P plus 3S. All right, or another way of calculating this, I could take the cost of a popcorn and a soda. Everyone's going to get a popcorn plus a soda. So P plus S represents the cost for one person. To get the cost for 3 people, I can take that entire sum and multiply it by 3. This also will give me the cost of the popcorn and the soda. All right, or you could simply do a popcorn plus a popcorn plus a popcorn plus a soda plus a soda plus a soda, and that will also get you the cost. Now, part B says if the concession stand charges $6.50 for a medium-sized popcorn and $4 for a small soft drink, how much did the 3 friends spend on their refreshments altogether? Use your expression to find the total cost. So, depending upon the one that you used, go ahead and calculate the cost of the popcorn and the soda. All right, I'm going to go ahead and use the first example. So I'm going to have 3P plus 3S. A popcorn was $6.50, so 3 times $6.50, plus 3 times a soda was $4. Okay, so we'll do our multiplications and then we will add. 3 times $6.50 is going to be $19.50, plus 3 times 4 is 12. And if you add those two values together, it's going to be $31.50. Okay, so the total cost is $31.50. And again, you should arrive at that total no matter if you use the first, the second, or the third expressions.